The reason I enjoyed Stefania was because we joke, but she said it's like we were in a marriage. Like we argued, we bickered, but we didn't bicker like in a negative way. It was like we we each had our point to say and get done. And then finally when we would listen to each other, it was like, oh, exactly. So we were like speaking the same language, but we weren't we weren't patient enough to listen, you know? Um, but I'd say after
Say
about the
after about the
third day
third.
maybe of prep, right? So we would prep the episodes for about 8 days and then shoot for 9. And about the third day, it's like we hit our stride and we really and she was really the one thing I really liked about Stefania is that Stefania was a little bit later in the last season, and so she was much more willing. You know, there's a certain amount of continuity that I have to maintain with the show. And while I don't like to use the words you can't do that, I'll say stuff like we don't really do that here on Station 19. Because you got to kind of you can't go totally off the deep end and do something different. Um, Stefania, I'm gonna say hands down, I think her episode is my favorite episode of season 7 because we did really cool stuff. We challenged each other. We took things a little bit to the edge of like not being exactly Station 19, but I think that it made for an amazing episode. Like I'm really proud of that episode. I hope she is because certainly for first time episode, she like blew everybody away. Blew everybody away. I mean, I've worked with directors that have done like, David, 4, 5, 6 episodes, whatever. And they're great and they're thoughtful, but I was just like really impressed by her um boldness, I guess we'll call it.